He was super tall in comparison to me, but I'll still cherish that photo forever because it will always be a reminder of the time I got to meet one of them, and maybe someday I'll be able to say that I had an experience like that with everyone in the band. Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. In this one I'm going to be telling you guys all about my second Warped Tour experience, a sequel to my video titled My First Warped Tour Experience, if you'd consider it one. As I stated previously, since this is the last year of Warped Tour, I'd like to end it right by sharing all of my best memories of it with you guys. The next Warped Tour that I attended was in July of 2017 at the same venue I attended in 2015, the Xfinity Center in Mansfield, Massachusetts, with not just my best friend at the time, but my best friend to this day, who you must know of already if you've seen the majority of my videos, Brendan. Obviously, I was not a Warped Tour virgin leading up to this point, but he was, so I figured there would be no one better to come along with me than him, as we both have a pretty good taste in music, if I do say so myself. The musicians that I really wanted to see that I did end up seeing that day were Neck Deep, Andy Black, New Year's Day, Being as an Ocean, and Memphis Mayfire in order of who played from first to last. Of course, I also wanted to meet these people if given the opportunity, and I did actually end up meeting a few that I mentioned along with someone else I'm a fan of, but they don't make music. As much as I want to tell you who all of them are right away, you'll have to watch this video in full to know, because I want to tell every detail of my day as it happened. So I'll start by telling you how all the performances of each musician went. I'll move on to the meet and greets I had. Until then, just take a guess and see if you end up getting it right. The second I walked through the gates with my best friend, we grabbed a paper that told us the schedule for the day. Much to our surprise, Neck Deep was announced to take the stage immediately after the doors opened, so we made our way to the set as quickly as possible, running through crowds in the hopes of not missing a single moment. They started off by playing two songs off their album Life's Not Out to Get You, Gold Steps, and Lime Street. Then they played one of the singles off their upcoming album at the time, Happy Judgment Day. The whole summer leading up to that moment, I was looking forward to hearing that song live because it was so catchy. I knew that everyone would get off their feet and dance along to it, which is exactly what happened. That alone was enough to get us excited for the release of The Peace and the Panic, but the fact that they also played Motion Sickness, which was released just that day or the day before, in addition to Where Do We Go When We Go, meant it would be an even more highly anticipated wait than it already was. Andy Black I saw my previous time at Warped Tour, but he wasn't the center of attention. It was actually his wife, Juliet Sims, that everyone came to see. He just surprised us by performing a duet of Not Broken Yet with her, a song that he is featured on, so it only made sense for them to share the stage. Their chemistry is undeniable, but whether they are performing together or not, I think that they can both put on just as good of a show. Although he has Black Veil Brides, a band of his own that he could have paired up with instead, he had just come out with an album all by himself, so fans who were there had the opportunity to see him shine as a solo artist. From his execution of fast songs like We Don't Have to Dance to slower ones like Broken Pieces, all I can say is he did not disappoint. During the last few songs of Andy's set, I could see Ash Costello from New Year's Day peeking her head out through the curtains of the stage, and knew she was going to be right after, along with the rest of her band. Since I never got the chance to see them before, even though I had always wanted to, I stayed in that area to watch them from beginning to end, and I'm definitely glad I did. With songs like I'm No Good, Kill or Be Killed, Other Side, Angel Eyes, Malevolence, and Defame Me, they knew just what we wanted to hear and made sure they were unforgettable. Their energy was incredible, getting everyone off their feet just like the first band I saw, except their sound was nothing alike. Being as an Ocean was the next band on the list who I had high expectations for after listening to the passionate vocals of Joel, and the hardest part is forgetting Those You Swore You Never Forget, and This Loneliness Won't Be the Death of Me, just two of their many amazing songs that made me fall in love with them. Due to the amount of rain there was that day, I didn't have the chance to take any pictures or videos other than the ones just before their set, which actually turned out extremely well. Maybe it's because I was standing at the barricade where I've never stood for any show before until then. There I was able to get a great view and even had Joel touch my hand at one point to make sure I was alright, because the wire of his microphone went over my head as he walked across the stage. The next thing I knew, he was going straight into the crowd, screaming his heart out as he was surrounded by all the people who loved him, or them. To this day, I have never had an experience quite like that at a show, and their energy was up there with New Year's Day. To end the day, I saw Memphis Mayfire, a band I love for both their music and sound. They're not much different from what they sound like on their albums and seem like pretty awesome guys in my book. They had just released a new song called Virus, but a song that always stood out to me was Legacy, so I was happy to know that they didn't leave that one out of their set list. Moving on to the people I actually had met, there was Morgan Joyce, Danny Washington, Joel of Being As an Ocean, and Michael of Being As an Ocean. If you have no idea who these people are, I'll give you a little background and then get into what it was like to meet them face to face, once again going in order of who I met from first to last. Morgan Joyce is not only a hairstylist and a model, but she is also a YouTuber who focuses on things cruelty-free and vegan, from beauty to fashion. She also talks about body modifications as she has always loved the style of lots of piercings and tattoos. I grew up with her and still watch her videos because she is one of the most genuine people on this platform, and I admire her deeply for her compassion for animals. Danny Washington is the drummer of Neck Deep, the first band I saw, and Joel is a vocalist, and Michael is a guitarist of Being As an Ocean, the second to last band I saw. I just didn't pronounce their last names at all because I didn't want to mispronounce them, so yeah. Usually, Morgan was able to travel like anyone else on Warped Tour, not through music, but through a company called STAPAW, or STAPAW, support tattoos and piercings at work. There she would sign autographs and take photos with her fans. This time, however, she worked at the merch table of a tent that sold clothes not too far from the entrance, doing the same exact thing. When I saw her, she was signing autographs as always, so I got in line and waited for my turn. She was super sweet as always, taking the time to talk to me and take a photo with me before I went on with the rest of my day. I wasn't expecting to meet any member of Neck Deep since they weren't having any signings that day that I knew of, so when I saw Danny Washington at one of the tents I walked by, I didn't pass up the opportunity to chat and take a photo with him as well. He was super tall in comparison to me, but I'll still cherish that photo forever because it will always be a reminder of the time I got to meet one of them, and maybe someday I'll be able to say that I had an experience like that with everyone in the band. After Being As an Ocean show, it was still pouring rain, but that didn't stop them from holding a meet and greet at their tent. The line was pretty long, but they were still willing to meet everyone who came out to see them, talking, signing autographs, and taking photos the way any musician who truly cares for their fans would. Both Joel and Michael gave me hugs and wrote their names in the notebook I brought with me just for autographs, and I could tell in the short amount of time shared with them that they're some of the nicest guys you could ever meet. After having so much fun with my friend just walking around and enjoying the music, it was time for us to head home, and once again I was able to say that Warped Tour was a success. He felt the same way, telling me that he would go with me in the years to come, so he accompanied me on the last cross-country run this year, which should be uploaded right after this one if you want to check that out. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.